The name Myrwen came from my late mum. No, I am not worried. I tell you what they received, TC, is a lot of abuse. You agree? He agrees. Good law. Whistle watchers, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well there. Hey, it's great to be back on the farm. Great to see the rugby starting back as well in the local competitions as well. Rugby Championship, hope you're enjoying it. But let's start by answering some of the Emirates fans' questions. TC, what do referees win or receive for officiating a Rugby World Cup semi-final or final? I tell you what they received, TC, is a lot of abuse. But most of it good-humoured, thankfully. You don't really get anything for refereeing a semi-final. What you do get is when you get to the World Cup, the country you're in, they'll present you, like, so in Japan in 2019, they presented us with like a glass case with a gold whistle inside it. I don't think it is real gold, mine, but it was, engraved and everything. It was lovely. And you get different mementos. But for the World Cup, for the final, that's what I got. How do you name your cows? Greeting from the Netherlands. If you have a pedigree herd, there'll be a herd name, a prefix name. So my herd name is Myrwen. So any calf born here with me will have the prefix Myrwen. And Myrwen, the name Myrwen came from my late mum. So I named the herd after my late mum. Her name was Nigel Owens, so I named the herd after her. Final question comes from Sebastian Soups. Are you worried Wales will run out of competent players because you've inspired all of them to referee? No, I am not worried. I think a lot more kids in Wales will want to be a rugby player, not a referee, don't worry. Although there are a lot of young referees now, which is good for the future of the game, and I'm actually coaching a couple of them. That's my next challenge. And that's it. That's all the questions for this week. Thanks for your questions. Some very good questions as well. Keep them coming. I look forward to answering more of them next week. Time for Whistle Watch now. Now, there's not much to talk about, to be honest, after the weekend, but there is one incident in particular which everybody is talking about, particularly on social media. Right. Jody Barrett, red card. Was it a red card, yes or no? Well, let me tell you now then what I would have been doing. I'm very similar to what the referee would have done in deciding it's a red card. So when a player jumps up in the air to catch the ball, if then there's a complete accident and his knee or foot, as an incident, makes contact with the player's head or face, if there is nothing malicious, reckless or intent in that, then there would be no foul play. So what I would look at, or what you need to look at to make a decision of whether it's a red card or not, is this. Does Barrett, by jumping up in the air, when his foot goes out and makes contact with the Australian player's face, does he do an unnecessary act? So basically, does he put his foot out needlessly and not in the natural way of jumping up to catch the ball? That's all you need to decide. And I've looked at this, and my humble opinion as a very, very average full-back, back when I was in school, was I just don't like that last sort of flip of the foot up in the last action he does. And to me, to be honest with you, I'd probably be looking at a red card as well. I can also understand that if you think it's natural in what he did, he just jumped up and that's what happens naturally, then it shouldn't be a red card. I'm not quite sure that's the case though. I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. I'm sure all of you will be quite aware that World Rugby are trying some new laws. Let's have a look at two of them. Now, these are brought in to try and enhance the ball in play time, get a little bit more sort of free-flowing to the game, try and get rid of the pick-up and goes close to the goal line, for example, try and get a bit more space in midfield. And these are the two laws they're trialling around that. So one is the 50-22. So basically, if you have the ball in your own half and you kick that ball into touch It must hit the ground first. It can't go directly into touch. It hits the ground first and goes into touch. Then it will be your throw-in that line out. Now, some of you may be thinking, will that encourage teams to kick more rather than play the ball because they're going to get the throw-in in the line out? And that may well be the case. By doing that, what they believe is that the line of defence in the field means that the defensive side will have to drop one or two, maybe the winger and the full-back, will have to go back and watch that touchline to prevent this happening, so you have more space. So they're hoping that this will encourage then the team with the ball not to kick because somebody's there is watching the kick, but to try and exploit the spaces by having two less players in the defence. So, in theory, it sounds like a good law. And then the next one is the dropout goal line. I like this law, and I hope that it does what it's intended to do. So what you see a lot of now is when a team gets close to the goal line, driving more, line out 5-8 metres out, ruck 5-8 metres out, all you pretty much see most of the time is a pick and go. Pick and go, pick and go, pick and go, and by brute force, get over the try line. So what this law is intended to do that, if you do that and you get held up, instead of having a scrum attacking ball, what you will have now is a reward to the defence for actually preventing you scoring a try, and they drop out from the goal line. And the reason for this is they're hoping that it'll make the attacking side think a little bit more creative, which means, oh, let's not risk the pick and goes, because we get held up, we lose the ball. Let's spin it wide and try and score by having a bit more back play involved in that situation. So I think that is a good move, and let's hope that it works like that, because I think it will. You agree? He agrees. Good law. This week, World Rugby are putting my film knowledge to the test. It's a game called Guess the Quote. Oh God, let's give it a go. I'm not looking forward to this, I'm telling you now. Here we go. May the force be with you. Now I have heard that. Is it something like from a film like Dark Vader or something like that, is it? I don't know, what is it? Oh, there was Star Wars, there were. Dark Vader was Star Wars, wasn't he? Yes, they were then, okay, I'll have that one. There's no place like home. E.T., is it? I don't know, what is it? Oh, the Wizard of Oz, oh, right. Oh, I actually, in the school plays in my Sararva school, when I was a pupil, I actually acted in the Wizard of Oz. A martini shaken not stirred. Oh no, then I have heard this. Middle finger, no, not middle finger. Goldfinger! Goldfinger. Goldfinger? Alright, Goldfinger. My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. That's not true, because I know what I'm gonna get if I open a box of chocolates. I just eat the ones I like. Honestly, I got no idea what this one is. What is this one? Forrest Gump. No, I haven't seen the film, see? That's hopeless. Hopeless! How much did you get? Let me know. Hope you're better than me. Talking about movies, what I'd like you to let me know is, if they made a movie about me, you know, why they would, and I hope they don't, what would you think the title would be? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it for Whistle Watch this week, but keep your eyes peeled and let me know if you see things coming up in any game, whether it be Rugby Championship, the Premiership, the local game. Let me know, and I'll try and answer the questions for you.